Welcome to Tallahassee, Florida, and Doak Campbell Stadium, home to some great Heisman Trophy winners, legendary coaches, and today the Seminole Award chant will be rocking this place. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Rebels will put toe to leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Seminoles offense takes the field to start this game off. And all eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
No, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Looking for room. It's Church. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, or proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time? SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Into the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Seminoles!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine in this game offensively.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger rounds.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position. Catch at around the 35. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Motion from the offense. Looking to pass on second down. Gets open down the middle. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
And it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida. And when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
This offense has a second down play. Off the play fake. Quickly complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that pass is intercepted.
Holding. Offense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. First down here for the offense. The give to the back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get laddered up.
They give it to him again. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you, keep them off balance.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. They'll try to run for it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They go to the ground. Bulls his way forward. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary.
Florida State 7, Ole Miss 0.
back to work. They'll try the run. Oh, big juke to get past. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Using his legs, it's strong. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll try to get outside. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Unloads to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On third down, he drops the throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, no! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did it. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Grabs it in the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Guys in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Working the middle, it's complete. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Looking to move it through the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a 1st.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Had to throw it before he wanted. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And as the clock is winding down here in the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal team. It is perfect. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the foot
right down the gut of the field. The 40. The 20. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Quick hitting end around on 1st and goal. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to run this quarterback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This defense has stood tall 3 straight times. If they stop them again, this could be a huge momentum shift.
And listen, you don't care about the yards. You get down here in the red zone, this is where you got to be stout, forcing the 4th down. Now you're just saying, hey, you want to go for it? Bring it.
Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
From the gun. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's 4. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
Trying play action. With the catch, it's Lawrence. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, This guy's been making people miss his entire life taking the ball. So why wouldn't we try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And the ball is picked off. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense got to stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the ground with the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
That was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. Down to start the drive after the break. Back to the ground game on the left. And the runner is down, and so is the flag.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Rebels are flying down the field. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now on 2nd down. Rides to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, I think this running back has proven this game here tonight that he can be counted on and relied on, right? In a big moment right here, late in the game when they need to run the ball to ice this thing, he's able to deliver.
The Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. Hard running there. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. Quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible second, getting it out to his running back, and man, that running back had a convoy out ahead of him.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the running back. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Rebels! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score is tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the 1st down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Well, they're trailing in this game late. The defense knows it, so they're playing for pass. 2 plays ago, they get the sack. This time, they force an incompletion. Not a lot the offense can do here to catch them off guard. They're just going to have to make a huge play here on 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Here's the handoff. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. They'll go right back to the run. Can't get him to the ground. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.